The delegate from Henrico, Delegate Levere-Bolling.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise for a motion.
The delegate has the floor.
Mr. Speaker, I move that the House take up out of order HJ153 on page 12 of today's calendar.
Clerk will report the resolution.
House Joint Resolution 153, celebrating the life of Sincere B. Allah.
Delegate from Henrico, Delegate Cousins. Delegate Levere-Bolling.
Mr. Speaker, I move adoption of the resolution and request to speak to that motion.
The delegate has the floor.
Mr. Speaker, I rise today to honor the life of my beloved constituent, Sincere B. Allah, a respected advocate, a devoted father, and a trusted voice for justice in the Commonwealth. And today in the gallery, his family and friends are with us, and if they're able, I ask that they please stand. Sincere was known to many as a gentle giant, a man of humility, compassion, and quiet strength. Having endured more than 2 decades of incarceration, he came home determined, not just to rebuild his own life, but to reach back and pull others forward. And he did exactly that. As Virginia State Organizer for Reform Alliance, Sincere worked across political and ideological lines to advance probation reform, sentencing reform, and second look legislation. He shared his lived experience to help inform thoughtful, bipartisan policymaking. Members of this body came to know him not just as an advocate, but as a man of integrity, someone who believed deeply in redemption, accountability, and second chances. But beyond his public work, Sincere showed up for people. He mentored youth, supported fellow returning citizens, and stood 10 toes down for those he loved. He reminded people that they were more than their past, that growth is possible, and that every life has value. His passing, following a mental health crisis, is a painful reminder that re-entry does not end at the prison gate. The weight people carry after incarceration is real. The trauma is real. And our commitment to second chances must include meaningful access to mental health care and support. Sincere mattered. His life mattered. His work mattered. His voice mattered. We honor him by continuing the work he believed in so fiercely, building a more just, more humane Commonwealth, and checking in on our people along the way. May he rest in power, and may his light continue to guide us forward. And with that, Mr. Speaker, I'd like to yield time to the delegate from Fairfax, Delegate Shin.
Delegate from Fairfax, Delegate Shin.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I'm going to ask for a little bit of patience as I try to get through this because I'm feeling pretty emotional today. Because last Friday, the advocacy community lost a champion and I lost a friend. I met Sincere in 2022, just a few months after he was granted a pardon by then Governor Northam. Senator Boysko was hosting him in Herndon, and we became fast friends over pizza and beer. After that, regularly scheduled family dinners were a regular and routine part of my schedule here in Richmond during session and in the off-season, too. I came to know Sincere as exactly how the delegate from Henrico described him, as a gentle giant. He was a sweet spirit, he was kind, and he was generous to his core. I saw him just last week coming out of HHS, and he gave me a big hug and had a huge grin on his face like he always did and checked in on me. Sincere was incarcerated at 18 and spent more than 2 decades behind bars, but inside a system designed to punish you rather than rehabilitate you. Sincere's life was extraordinary, and it was an extraordinary testament to resilience and redemption. While incarcerated, he kept working to better himself, learning new trades, taking courses through UVA's Darden School, and even becoming a peer recovery specialist, dedicating his time to helping his fellow incarcerated brothers through mental health and substance use disorders. He even designed his own personal growth curriculum for a therapeutic community that eventually made its way to 11 different DOC facilities. Just weeks after receiving his pardon, Sincere got straight to work, re-entering the community as an organizer for Reform Alliance, showing up here in the General Assembly to advocate for legislation like Second Look, and becoming a trusted and thoughtful voice for criminal justice reform. His character was always on full display each step of the way, as a man who cared deeply, who was committed to fixing an unjust system, and who embodied everything we mean when we talk about redemption. Mr. Speaker, my heart is broken because I grieve the loss of a friend I admired and adored. But I've experienced grief before, and this grief hits a little different. And I think that extra layer of complexity is because of the hat I wear as a legislator. Because I'm struggling to separate my grief in losing a friend from my role in upholding a system that failed him. What made Sincere remarkable was that he beat the odds. He was remarkable not because the system worked, but in spite of the system. He was the exception and not the norm, and even so, even for someone as extraordinary as Sincere, the wounds from a system cut deep and they don't always heal. Mr. Speaker, a broken system produces broken people, and I often feel like we are not doing enough to fix that. I am certain that we do not adequately equip people leaving incarceration with the skills to cope with their emotions, to rebuild relationships, or to navigate the challenges that life throws their way. Sincere's death is a painful reminder that exceptionalism is not a substitute for a justice system that could actually work. I mourn my friend and I mourn his potential. And Mr. Speaker, I can't help but feel a little bit resentful at a system that leaves people so lost that Sincere felt he had no other way forward. Feelings are complicated, though, Mr. Speaker, because today I wanted to also celebrate his life. I'm really proud of Sincere. I'm proud to have known him, and I'm proud of his legacy and all that he represented, especially the wonderful possibility of redemption and the beauty of human resilience. A lot of us in this body, including Delegate Siebold and Delegate Cousins, we were lucky to call Sincere our friend, and together we grieve his death, but we also commit to carrying his memory in our hearts and in our work in the days ahead. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The delegate from Henrico, Delegate Levere-Bolling, moves the adoption of House Joint Resolution 153, and she moves that when the House adjourn today, it do so in the honor and memory of Sincere B. Allah. As many favor the motion shall rise. The motion is agreed to. The delegate from Alexandria.